Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. What the mainstream media was too scared to tell you about the news this week. They don't want to tell you the truth because the stories I'm about to tell you bust their liberal narrative. And when you hear the truth, then you might not toe the line of their progressive agenda. This week, while the mainstream media obsessed about an obscene tweet a staffer accidentally liked on Ted Cruz's Twitter account, this is what really happened. Some staffer did like an obscene tweet on Ted Cruz's Twitter. Senator Cruz said it was a staffer and he handled the matter internally, but Ted Cruz trended on Twitter for a whole day. Meanwhile, the Democratic mayor of Seattle, Ed Murray, was forced to resign after a fifth person accused him of sexually abusing a minor. But did the mainstream media tell you about that? Yeah, that's what I thought. The mainstream media ignored it. They'd rather protect one of their own, Democrats, than protect the children this Democratic mayor sexually abused. Dr. LeRoy Carhart, the late-term abortionist, his late-term abortion clinic was shut down in Maryland. Yet abortion activists and the mainstream media, they didn't think that was worth more than just a mention. I wonder why. Abortion activists who claim we should talk freely about abortion, there should be no stigma on abortion, they say, they won't say a word. Well, maybe that's because 80% of the American people think late-term abortion is abhorrent and think it should be illegal. And the mainstream media just follows their lead. If silence is the marching order from the abortion lobby, silence is what we're going to get from the mainstream media. On the 16th anniversary of September 11th, 2001, the day when 3,000 people, men, women, and children, our friends, our families, our neighbors, were brutally murdered in the terrorist attack waged by radical Islamist terrorists, Google didn't see fit to commemorate the lives of our countrymen with any sort of Google Doodle. Oh, but Google Doodle, they did honor Yuri Kochiyama, a radical who actually praised Osama bin Laden. Funny how the mainstream media didn't seem to notice that. The Department of Justice is refusing to prosecute Lois Lerner, and oh boy, did we hear that part from the media. But guess what the mainstream media failed to report? Lois Lerner targeted conservatives via the IRS. She used a government agency to stifle the political opinions of citizens of the United States. She admitted she did that. She lied about it. She pretended she didn't have emails that she did have, and she got off scot-free. But you didn't hear that part from the mainstream media. Last but not least, the liberal media spent 91% of their primetime coverage of Donald Trump this summer bashing him. 91% of the stories about President Trump and his administration that aired on the mainstream networks this summer were negative. Only 9% of the stories had a positive spin. Yet the mainstream media claims they're impartial and they don't have a liberal agenda. Yeah, okay. The mainstream media doesn't care to report any of that to you. So we will. And that's my final point tonight. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.